G'day punters and welcome to the Wild West. We're brought to you by Betfair Australia. In Cripper, firstly, hello. Good to see you.
Hi Terry, good to see you
Amazing
too.
you're sitting next to me now. We haven't greeted before this moment in time. So, Roma Cup edition. Roma Cup card to kick out the kick out? What am I trying to say? To finish the Ascot season looks great.
It does, although hot off the press, just been advised that windstorm is out.
Late scratching of Windstorm. That's really disappointing for the race actually, because Windstorm added a really different level of intrigue to the event, but still a cracking race, and we'll touch on that shortly.
We will, yes. Let's look back to last week. Mixed bag, I think I started well. Cockney Crew, race one. A bit of a drifter actually. I sort of thought the $4.50 that I took on Thursday was a good price, but
Cock home about that, right?
yeah, got out to about $5.56 late, which is why you should always
Backable.
bet on Betfair. But yeah, actually, other than that, really went to plan, led, ran its own merry race, and didn't really look like stop and did it. So,
That was a very easy watch.
Yep. So, but after that, downhill from there. Race 5, I went with Drink What You Like. This is one that I predicted the price, thought we might see best late, which we sort of saw those high threes, nearly $4. Again, got every chance, I thought. Led didn't really have any pressure, but just wasn't good enough. Ran into third.
It's a cat.
Cat?
Yeah, it's just a cat. Yeah.
The sack files for Terry.
When I got out to the $4, I've had an absolute little Larry launch. It's sacked.
Yep, okay, fair enough.
It's gone.
Then we were Megazone, both on Megazone.
Yeah, both on Megazone. Thought it went really well. I was actually really happy with the ride. The fact he rode it for luck, because it looked like that inside pad was the place to be. Early doors, but it was just the race shape didn't work out. I think if he gets to the outside in the same sort of spot that Angelic Miss was in and Moshard was in, he runs on and definitely finishes top 3, maybe wins the race, but the inside pad with some sort, Kenny Luck stopping. By the time he got going, the others had the momentum up down the outside. So really nice effort. Shamer ran 4th. Money came to a degree, traded about $9.50, I think, but happy with the bet. Just didn't work out in the run. And then Carrageen Aurora, not as happy with that ride. I think when he ended up outside Depara, I'm just yelling, go forward, go forward, go forward, because the key for me with Carrageen Aurora was landing first few and boxing on. But it took a hold, ended up back 3rd last in the run. Horse never settled, never happy, and that was it from there. So, no good grip.
Yep, fair enough. My horse to follow is Comes a Time. It was in the Drink What You Like race. Didn't have any luck first up. This was second up, 3 deep, no cover. Just kept coming, waiting for a race where it is over, probably a 1200 will be suitable next start, hopefully.
Yeah, it's flying. A lot of Justins are flying at the moment. For me, Born to Try, just got back to last on the track when you didn't want to be last early in the day, chased home hard. I think she's a mare that'll win several more, and as we saw last campaign, she can get up to 2,000. So I think for Elle Smith, she might pop through the grades. Correct?
Yep, all right. And my ride of the week, giving it to Chris Parnham, not even any ride in particular, but just rode 4 winners on the day. Don't see that very often, and we'll just touch on Bruce Almighty. Nothing spectacular tactically, but I just never thought Bruce was going to get there in that last 100.
He lifts it,
he did, didn't he? So, and also talking about Bruce Almighty gives me a chance to whinge about how I was 0.06 lengths off the official margin for the Get Out Stakes, and I've somehow come up short on a $12 pop. So, yeah. I was actually more angry about that than
anything today. Well, we had BJ's 40th we attended on Saturday evening, and he had a big go Cockney Crew, and obviously had a good win there, but all he wanted to talk about was the $50 meat packing one on there, the finger out, celebrating.
It was a double up too, so it would have been
$100. It was the $100 one. Oh, dearie me.
Yeah, tough week for you. 3 stakes, don't know what it is, but just gets you.
Tough week for you. Ride of the week. I've got Christy Bennett's Cockney Crew on written down, just a front running ride, but that was really simplistic. You know what? I'm going to give it to Lactar Ramoli on Guns and Navarone yesterday. I'm just going to flick the script and go to yesterday, and Guns and Navarone from the widest gate. Never lost momentum. So
amazing sometimes just how the whole of WA finds it.
Yeah.
$18 hot. Well, it's up 10s, but there's some near 20s bet early.
Yeah, I was talking to Scotty about the price, and it's a funny one that it goes up, that sort of quote, but it's easy now, isn't it? In retrospect. So anyway, we have a big easterly, not big, but 20k now easterly.
Yep.
Back to the 3 metre pad. I'm expecting it to play pretty on pace, actually. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, hoping so. Obviously, last meet of the season from, as we touched on the last couple of episodes, like Chris Nation's done a wonderful job to get this far, but we've had some bad weather the last few weeks, and the track it looks ready for a spell in the paddock. So, but they haven't been in that inside. I think the closest the rail's been in the last 2 weeks is 9 metres. So hopefully it's got one more day left in it.
Yeah, it should be pretty fresh. So let's hope we can finish the season on a high.
All right, we're going to have a look at 4 races today. Race 3, race 5, obviously the feature, and then the lucky last. So kick you off in race 3. I think we're both pretty keen on the same horse here, and that is number 1, Sun. Been really good this prep. Just had the 2 starts. First up, led over 1200. Got all favours, but was still like a really strong all-the-way winner. And then I was pretty surprised second up to see the camp elect to drop him back to an 1100 metres. He seems like a horse who's probably going to be a miler later in the prep. But still ran really good. Finished second to Divine Pair. It was on a day where the outside was worth plenty of lengths advantage compared to the inside, which he was on. So thought it was a pretty game effort in defeat. Step up to 1400 is the key here, and also finds a race without really any tempo at all. Expecting to be able to lead or, at worst, sit in the breeze. Probably would have preferred Lucky to stay on and just get the free 2 kilos, but Joey as a party is no slouch, and the horse is a proven weight carrier. So
I reckon what's happened there is because Sunshine was in midweek, I reckon Mitch has been booked to Mini Winnie already, and I reckon Clinton has been booked to Treasured Crown, and I reckon Lucky's been booked to On Red Alert. So I reckon, Joey's been left with the ride for that reason.
Not the end of the world.
No, definitely
stretch. So look, I've marked him $2.20. There's sort of $2.80, $2.90 available. Yeah, that's more than enough for me for a horse that's a data horse that's going to sit on speed. I think he'd be pretty well supported.
Easterly, early in the day, goes forward. Excara is the only horse that can hold it out and lead, but they may not want to. They may not be able to jump. Everything Crip said. Very keen. It just looks your winner, and Joey has a party. This is his type of horse. Goes forward, nice strong jockey. Should be leading, going very close. I think the danger's Mini Winnie. With Mitch Pateman going back on, the runs under Mitch was super. Whether the horse trained off last start or missed Mitch, that's the query. But looking for it on Betfair. If you're getting out to close to double figures late, I'm happy to chop out on the race. But pretty keen.
Yeah, I'll probably have more respect for Billy Ray than what you do. Mm-hmm. But just in a race, barrier 10 will be back near last on a slow tempo, and hopefully on a track where it's hard to make ground early. Yeah, I'll be happy to knock him.
Yeah, it's your mapped winner. All right, moving on to race number 5. The 3-year-old 62 plus over the 1100 metres. One of my favourites is an up and coming Bob Peters horse. We've still got a little bit of juice in the price of it, and I think we've found one here in Graceful Girl. Grace was an interesting debutante, had an interesting debut campaign, I should say, when she was beaten as a pretty short price favourite in a couple of maidens. Clearly had a lot to learn. Seemed to really switch on at her 3rd and 4th career starts when rocketing home from rearward positions on both occasions. The big thing for me with Graceful Girl was how she looked in a recent trial. She just looked more furnished than what she went out. She jumped well for the young apprentice Jet Stanley, travelled nicely into the race, peeled and went past her pretty comfortably. I like the 1100 metres first up here. I like the fact that the speed in this race is all a bit of a query. Like I don't know what your map is, Crip, but I think timescale will probably get crossed by Sassy Trader. Miss Lavinia doesn't jump well, so musters to the breeze. Just a pinches on speed. They're all pretty good horses, but they're just battlers. There's no real standout.
A lot of speed without it, obviously.
Yeah, and that's what I like to see here. So look, I think this is an up and comer. I said on the podcast, I think Graceful Girl might string a few together here as well, and really happy being involved at $3 plus.
Yep, no, fair enough. These Bob Peters up and comers are probably something I can never get my head around pricing. I'm getting better at it because I reckon 12 months ago I would have even had her on top. I did have a favourite, but yeah, not.
It's sort of. I mean, what's your price compared to mine? This would be good.
I had mid fours, so
yeah, I'm $2.40.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
And I guess your pricing obviously on potential, whereas I'm looking at a horse that's only won a really weak class 3 race on a day when conditions probably suited. So, but yeah, I mean, she might be one of sort of those ones that could be Bob's A grader in 6 to 12 months. So yeah, I had her on top. Great race. Sort of had the whole field within 2 lengths of each other pretty much. And like you said, don't really have any idea with what the mat looks like, so more than happy just to watch this one for me.
Yeah, that's, I think the thing with Bob's is as well is making a decision yourself if you want to, because they're all going to start short. We just watched a race in Pinjarra. I saw Brave Battle opened up $1.70 type thing, and it's a horse you want to take on. Powerful Force, it's been going around $2 every start you want to take on. So I think with Bob's, you got to make a decision if you think it's if you think they're any good or not, and if not. You can make some cash betting around.
It's hard because sometimes ones that you think are no good come out and win like winks and then just get better and better. And probably the other good thing for you here is that Mystical View's proven. She's listed placed, and obviously Pike's elected to ride Graceful Girl.
I didn't mention that. Sorry, and a trial was for Mystical View too. So pretty strong on Graceful Girl. In the 5th.
All right, the Roman Cup. I know you're keen on one here. You've bit of a spoiler alert. Anyone who's on Twitter, go and read Terry's in-depth previews. Gone through every runner. That was good reading. Had a little dig about me too, which I always appreciate.
I didn't get up and text him. What was you talking about, Chris? What are you talking about? Look, Windstorm coming out has taken a little bit of intrigue from the race, but I'm just looking at the markets. And the Elite Street price doesn't really appear to have moved. Elite Street's gone from $4.60 to $4.40 on an 18 cents deduction, coming out of the race. So the $4.40 Elite Street with Windstorm out of the race is, that's a price.
Gift?
Deary, man, you can't say gift. So with Elite Street, the key thing here is he failed 3 times in Melbourne earlier this year. And it's only been 2 months since that all occurred. So we are backing him in, and I'm backing Danny Morton in on the fact that he's got this horse right. And if he has this horse right, this horse just wins the race. So at $2.80, $3.20, you probably don't have a bet. But at $4.40, $4.50, it's a no-brainer for me. I think the way he sat deep in the wins bottom, the way he sat deep in that 72 plus, beating Long Beach, it's a real sign of a really nice horse. I think he's won his last 5 or 6. One of them, he got DQ'd and lost the race on, but he's basically been unbeatable in WA. Proven weight carrier. While this is a deep race, we know where these are all at. Like, you look at the second pick is Cup Night, who'll get back and need luck. The third pick is Flirtini, who loses Pikey. I don't know. I just think it's the best horse if right. If he's not right, so be it. But I'm really happy paying to find out at $4.50, and that's a cracking price with Windstorm out of the race, because that was the one horse that could have elevated to baby, I reckon. Yep. The right horse turns up, we'll win. Win only bet, not an each way bet.
I hope so at $4.40.
Yeah, well, I'm in a punters club actually. Yeah, this week. I'm in a punters club, and their bets every week are like 10 by 40 on $2.80 box, with the thought process being the $40 gets you your $10 back if it loses. Oh, it's hard to beat. It's hard work. I hope none of them watch this actually. What are your thoughts?
Look, I can sort of see where you're coming from with Elite Street. Obviously, if he reproduces that Winterbottom run, he'll win this and win this well. I can't seem to warm to him. He's been up for a long time without like a proper spell. So I know he's had an 80-day break between runs and a 77-day break between runs, and now he's first up in 57 days, but hasn't really gone and spent a few months in the paddock. Obviously on the back of an over-east trip where that can take it out of him. I think he's the one to beat. It's hard to beat around him.
You're wary.
I'm wary. Yeah, I'm wary.
I'm just going in. You're wary.
Well, the other couple I didn't mind at odds. Again, low confidence, but I thought if the Velvet King drew a gate, that would have nearly got me. But he can tend to miss the kick, which is always a query. But ran second in this race last year after being 3 deep the trip. Might have to do it again. And the other one, maybe not as classy as some of his rivals, but just love the way Massimo goes about it. Thought his effort was huge first up at Northern. He was jumped well, but restrained to near the back of the field. Came at 1100 is not his go, but really hit the line hard. Drawn barrier 2, he'll be in the first 4 or 5. And so I actually think there's like $4 a place. If I had to bet the race, I reckon Massimo would place heavy or even just place. I knew it would probably be my go.
He's my second pick in the race, Massimo. A bit of a Glenny Archer, isn't he? Just tough as nails. Never going to be a superstar. You know, never going to go and get 30 touches and whatnot. But he's always going to put himself in the contest, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, no, I can see Massimo running a big race. And the key for Massimo is probably what crosses him if he doesn't hold up himself to lead. If he can get the back of a horse that takes him into the race on a nice inside pad, then he'll be a tough horse. Windstorm found it very tough to get past Massimo last campaign. So
yeah, you think Caracapo would lead him up?
You'd think so. BJ's got, interestingly, Money Matters as the sharpest horse over the 1200 coming across to cross him. So there's a few different thought processes map-wise. I think they'll be happy sitting Caracapo if it happens to work out that way. But I thought Caracapo.
Yeah, Caracapo crossed Money Matters last start, so you think advantage of the inside draw.
If they want to. They might be happy letting Money Matters go. So, but yeah, I think the key thing is the speed's weak enough for a horse like Elisa if he's right to come and get them. But it's just whether he's right. That's
you never know what's going through jockeys' heads, do you? As we saw with Troy Turner just out northern, but it's all right. Anyway, the lucky last race. Oh, we should just quickly touch on Rock Magic too.
Yeah, we had Mike on the podcast this morning. Michael Jimmy, the situation. But yeah, Rocky said he's in some doubt about going around because the barrier draw and they're worried about the outside, the centre of the track.
Yeah.
He actually walked it during the week, so it's probably another indication that closer to the fence will be really advantageous on Saturday. But what a champion he's been.
Yep. No, I hope he good. I saw early in the week they said they might ride him for luck, so which would be wouldn't mind seeing that. Just maybe last in the rail and see if he can do a Paddy Carberry on cut night from the couple of weeks before.
Yeah, I reckon there'll be like the end of his career, especially if he comes back and wins a Winterbottom this year, like Michael Jordan, The Last Dance type documentary. Rock Magic.
Can we someday get 2 other horses to cheer him off?
Get him on Nosky and he's back. Yeah, dearie me.
Anyway, race 9.
Good luck to him.
Last race of the Ascot season, which is once again been a good one. I think again we're agreeing on one, so I'll start us off. Yeah, that is the I'm going two number ones today. So race 9, number 1, Narodio. First up, thought he actually looked quite suited, but was a big betting drifter. And then I heard the comments of Steph Bacteridge after saying he probably needed the run, which makes sense. He might have been, he might have needed that. Second up,
back to the 1,000.
Second up, back to the 1,000. Drew wide, jumped well, but sort of settled a little bit further back than probably what he could have, I guess, if he had drawn a better gate. I'm not going to say it was a better run than Miss Kentucky because she had to change directions to go in between them, but geez, there wasn't a lot in between them, I didn't think.
Some good horses back in 3rd and 4th as well.
Yeah, Riverbow, etc. So no Miss Kentucky or Riverbow here. Drawn barrier 6. I'm hoping he can get on the back of a horse like Highland Beat, maybe 1 out, 2 back. Really like Narodio as a horse. One that's been good to me over the journey, and sort of around that $3.40. More than happy to play it.
Yeah, you just absolutely middled everything I was going to say. Maps your winner, progresses 3rd up in the campaign. You win, love the 1200, love Lucky's 2 kilo claim, but yeah, very keen that we can finish the season the winner on Narodio.
Yep. Probably Mossard's one that's going absolutely super, but just cannot draw a gate. So
can't jump anyway when it does draw a gate most of the time, you know.
So get on me next start horse.
Yeah, it certainly is. I think Mossard's probably looking for the 1400 now too, perhaps as well. So the rodeo should have field position on Mossard, and that should be enough.
Yeah, very good. Oh, hopefully we can both finish with a winner. So, what's your best?
Graceful Girl. Graceful Girl.
Yep.
That's the one with the most juice comparative to my prices, but I do like all 4. But Graceful Girl is my best.
Yep, very good. I'm going to go Sun. It's really like set up just a tough on speed horse on a day where it should favour. So I think he'll be extremely hard to get past. All right, the 1-1 pod. You had Michael Gangini.
Yep.
Obviously you would have
good stuff.
Yeah,
good stuff. Yeah. Did you ever chat to Wolfie on Saturday night with the BJ's 40th? Happy birthday to BJ.
Yeah. He's good, isn't he? He's a gentleman. So, that was good fun. Make sure you listen to the 1-1 pod. Other than that, cripsracing.com if you want to see my stuff throughout the week.
Flying.
Cousin Dad runs a little. I gave a bit of a trumpet. Apologies for that, but I don't back many double figures, let alone find them.
You got to give it a trumpet. You got to give it a trumpet. So no, you're a flying. What's the ROI for the month of April? Mate?
Yeah, 60 odd. So
68.
68.
You know the exact number, I reckon. So get on board. It's absolutely flying. It's pretty good money.
Thanks, mate. Other than that, good luck with all your bets on the weekend and gamble responsibly.